Okay, I'm going to show you how to use a multimeter, specifically the amp clamp. So I got a box fan right here with the variable speed selector. You notice this has a variable speed settings. Got the lowest, second lowest, the highest right here. So how to use an amp clamp. This thing right here is where you check amperage. You put it around one wire. It has to be one leg or one neutral. And I like this meter right here. I got my voltage AC. I don't ever check DC. I don't need it for my job. Here's one range of amperage. Here's the other range. I got my one ways, my continuity in ohms, milliamps, hertz, and then Fahrenheit. So, yeah, like hertz for an example. That is completely useless for me. So if you're in North America, of course it's going to be 60 hertz. If you're in Mexico or Europe, it's 50 hertz. It doesn't matter. But this outlet's what, 15 amps. You'll have some that's 20 amps, but this is 15. So I'm going to go to my 40 amp range right here. And let's put the box fan on the highest setting. Look at there. You got more than half an amp. Let's go one step down. That's the second lowest. I appreciate it. And then you got your lowest right there. Second lowest, highest, and then off. But you got no amperage. So how do you get a variable speed blower like that? It's basically the resistance value. Resistance. So higher the resistance, lower amperage. That's Ohm's law for you. So lower the resistance, higher the amps, or current, you would say. So I'm going to unplug this. This is the plug, this is the lead right here. And I'm going to take my leads right here. Let me set this up real quick. I don't have a camera. This is just on a phone. I'm just going to put one lead on the neutral and one lead on the hot. Okay, like that. So I got one lead on neutral, one lead on hot. I'm going to check the ohms range on this. So let's go with the highest setting for the box fan, meaning the fan is going to put out the most. Let's read that value. It's in 120 ohms. 120. That's the highest for the amperage. Let's go with the second lowest. Okay, here we got 135. 135. That's the second lowest setting on the fan. And for the lowest, It's going to be 147. So 147 is the lowest setting for the fan to run. 135 for the second lowest. And the highest is going to be 120. So, as I was saying earlier, if you raise the resistance value, you get lower amperage, meaning less juice. If you lower the resistance value, you get higher amperage on there. So that's the reason why breakers will flip if you don't have a load in there, such as a direct short. The wire gets hot, you got too much current in there, so for like a 15 amp outlet right here, was that a 14 gauge wire? If I were to put a wire right here and directly right into here, it would flip the breaker because there is no resistance, there's no load in that circuit. So if there's no load, that amperage is way too high, and therefore that amperage is too high, it's going to flip the breaker. So that's Ohm's law for you.